How is everyone, wherever you are in the part of the world? Are you doing all right? So, it's another live session today, and today I'm going to be talking quickly, about some things I saw on social media recently, and it's somehow it's I mean it could be a general perspective and where people see things, which I don't dispute. However, I just choose to see another side to it, and I'm not here to bash anybody or to talk to call anybody out, but all I'm just trying to do here is to see from another angle, to see from another perspective. Today, and she wants to open a podcast today, or she got married yesterday. She's talking about, how to grow your marriage or something, just something around that. Or she did something yesterday, and she's already trying to teach people about it today. Not necessarily maybe marriage, but marriage is like the most popular one. So yeah, that's what I want to talk about. First off, we need to know that in marriage there is the present, there is the past, and there is the future. Probably the present is, people that just got married today, or people that, are just like winding up, or they are like about getting married, very close to marriage and all of that. The past is probably people that have been long in marriage, people that, they are like legends. And then the future is, there are people that they'll be getting married, maybe they are not even thinking of marriage yet. Okay, so I want to liken it to the issue of probably these days, technology, these days, what we do right now. If you notice, like some of our parents, you know, some of them probably are still used to sending letters, they are still used to, they don't even know how to operate their phones. They will come and tell you, can you help me operate this phone? Can you help me do this and that? And them asking you is because they don't have the expertise. They have the wisdom to know that this is what I want to send to this person. However, I don't have the knowledge, or I don't have, the I don't have the knowledge of operating the present day dimension of sending this message. So that is one. And then this is, sorry, I'm just checking on my baby. So, and then this is you that, you have the know-how about, about technology, and probably you don't even have the message to send, right? And we have some people that, they don't even have phones yet, but they are still upcoming. So see it that way, like they have the message, but they don't have the technical know-how of how to relate the message to this person. The same thing with probably, other place, because probably they have the money to start a business. They don't even know the technique. They don't even know the. They don't even have the know-how of running the business. So they employ people like, futurists. They employ people like, IT guys. They employ like different people in different fields to run the business. There are people like that the only thing they do is coordinate. They don't even know what it means to run the business. Okay. So what other example can I give? Probably just for instance, also like laundry business, all this textile business and all of that. We have people that they do their stuff in the market. They believe in waking up every morning and going to the market and running their, not even textile, just run having business. They believe in going to the shop every morning. However, we have people that they don't even have the goods in their house. You have to pre-order. They do everything digitally. That's to tell you that the world is revolving, and it is evolving. Okay, and people are getting to know, they are getting more knowledge by the day. So what am I saying in essence? Somebody got married yesterday, and you think the person is not and you think the person is not like, eligible to teach about marriage. It's a very common error. It's a very big error. Okay, and it is not the years of experience that determines the knowledge. Because sometimes I've seen a lot of young people, they're not even married, but they've gone for courses in marriage, even in marriage counseling. They've done courses that could make them eligible to be a counselor, even though they've not even met the person they want to get married to. So yeah, they have this an area of field. And also, just having like a mentality that is just like the older generation that can teach you a thing. There was a day I was reading something on, sorry, that's my baby. There was a day I was reading something on Evangelist Mike. Okay, let me finish. Yeah, so there was a day I was reading something on Evangelist Mike Mambiloye's page, and he was saying that we need the wisdom of the old and we need the expertise of the young to run if we want to ensure that we are transgenerational. You need the wisdom of the old and the expertise of the young. Now, does it mean that the young people don't have wisdom? By all means, no. That is not what I'm saying. But there are some things that we can get, through experience. There's some wisdom that experience will naturally teach us. There are some wisdom that we cannot get in books. There are some things that it can only be by what you have seen, what you have read, and all of that. So that's what I mean by the wisdom of the old. Now, the older people also have expertise, which might not be relatable to what is operating in the present. For instance, probably in the older generation, they believe that the woman is meant to be in the house. Right now, like in the present generation, do we have women that are full housewives? Yes. But are there dimensions to it? Yes. There are full housewives that now learn to like renovate themselves. They are evolving. They are into like digital businesses. They are not just sitting down and just expecting the husband to do this and that. There are people that run, they are like IT women. They are still like full-time housewives, but they are like content creators. They are writing books. They're doing all like things to add value to themselves and to add value to the society. So that's to say that there are like newer dimensions to things which you can learn from people that are just evolving. Okay, and probably for instance, somebody that got married and did not probably take time to develop some things. The moment you enter into marriage, you can agree with me that there are like the pace at which you go. You can still be learning, but the pace at which you go is not as fast as when you were still single, like when it was still just you that can quickly juggle a lot of things. Probably it's a different situation for different people, but then a majority of people, you consider, like, before you take a step, you consider your husband, you consider your children, you consider a lot of things before you can take a step. For instance, when I was still unmarried, if I wanted to go for a job interview, I could travel to as many states as possible to do a job interview. I've not been to Enugu. What happened? So I could travel to as long as I could be, to do a job interview. But the moment I got married, I would have to first tell my husband, I got this job in a particular place. Is he are we planning even to move to that place first? All those protocols to consider. That's just what years, or during their single years, they have done this, they have worked on themselves, they have developed their lives and all of that. They have learned some skills, communication skills, social skills, else, money management. What else? If you have anyone, just drop it in the comment section. You conflict resolution, communicate. I think I mentioned communication skills, multitasking, time management, all those things that you know, there there are lessons out of the walls of the classroom. You can't compare it to somebody that, yes, the person is older than you, but the only thing the person knows is, I'll cook for my husband, I'll take care of my children, I will do this and that. Just that alone. When you hear some people, I mean, when I was about getting married, there was a particular one I was just telling me, um virginity and all of that. I mean, virginity, yes, is okay and all of that, but there are a lot of things that is needed to sustain marriage. Sorry about the break in transmission. It was just because of my network. So yeah, what I'm in transmission, it was just because of my network. So yeah, what I'm saying in essence is that the world is revolving. Everybody is evolving, and there are new ways and new dimensions to things. There are there are ways you can get things better. There are ways you can do things better, and people that are coming behind, they might not have the years of experience that you have, but they might have the expertise. So closing your mind to, it is only an older person that can teach me about this, or it is only an older person that can tell me what to do, is actually one of the ways to fail in life, because it doesn't work that way. Okay, it doesn't work that way. People have knowledge, people have expertise, people have better ways of getting things done, which is not even age related at all. So limiting your age or limiting your knowledge to, these are the only set of people that can teach me, is a very big way to fail. So yeah, and also I want to also talk about people that probably believe that because you are old, she can't be my friend, and because I'm older than she is and all of that. See, having that age mentality, I believe probably is an African thing, but it's not going to take you far. It's not going to help, because knowledge can be gotten from, knowledge that will help really in life can be gotten from anywhere, and is not going. Knowledge does not discriminate. That's the word I'm looking for. It does not discriminate between, this is an older person or this is a younger person. Knowledge does not discriminate, and if you are really interested, in getting the knowledge, you will not mind, where it is coming from. If you get what if you get what I mean in the context of this live video. So yeah, that's really what I want to say. You can be friends with people, you can be friends with the older generation. Real friends with older people. You can be real friends with people way younger than you. All that matters is that both of you, based on that friendship, you have a common goal. You know what you want to achieve, and you are at it. That is what you are working on. Okay, so having that age barrier is just what I want to address, or the experience barrier, or the, just creating this wall in your mind that, and funny enough, some of them will hear the messages, or probably was a podcast that is audio, very beautiful, but the moment they know the age of the person doing the broadcast, or doing the or or sharing the knowledge, becomes an issue. Like, she cannot be, she's even a young child, I can't listen to her. Like, no, it's a very wrong idea, and I'm just here to debunk that in all you do, be ready to learn. That's another thing. Be ready to learn. That willingness to learn would first break the barrier of age discrimination and all of that. So that is what this life is all about. Thank you so much for coming. And I'm sorry for the break in transmission. It was due to network issues. I hope you get one or two things. I hope you share with your friends and family. And I'll see you in the next live. Bye.